Raleigh and Wake County have become one of the largest sports destinations in the country, thanks to major events such as the NCAA Championships, the Ironman 70.3 Series, the Deep South Classic, the Rock and Roll Marathon Series, and the Castle National Soccer Series. There is no question that the impact of sports as an economic engine is wide-reaching and significant. But more than this, athletic events contribute greatly to our area's unparalleled quality of life and serve as a major attraction for visitors and new residents experiencing our community for the first time.
Well, in terms of economic impact, the sports event industry in Greater Raleigh is big business, and that's the case here and also nationwide. Here in Raleigh, at the GRSA, we deal with about 70 to 90 events per year on average in terms of whether we're either bidding for or hosting. Those events typically generate about $35 million a year in terms of direct visitor spending. And that helps to create about, on average, 125,000, 135,000 hotel room nights over the course of the year. I would estimate that the industry in Wake County is $50 million or more in direct visitor spending.
Having a strong sports economy is important for lots of reasons. You know, when people are deciding whether they're going to move here, or even companies are deciding whether they're going to move here, they're looking at the community holistically. So what all do we have to offer? What are great amenities that they can tap into? And when we have a really strong sports infrastructure here, there's a lot for people to take advantage of and for them to plug into in a way that's meaningful to them.
The Greater Raleigh Chamber of Commerce, in collaboration with the Greater Raleigh Sports Alliance, would like to highlight 5 of the many sporting events that took place in our market throughout the past year that significantly contributed to our area's economic development. These events are in no particular order and were chosen to showcase the diverse offering of sporting events in our market and highlight the economic, visitor, and positive media coverage these events brought with them. The NCAA Division I men's basketball tournament, first and second rounds hosted in March, showcased our market as a competitive and successful location for events receiving national media coverage throughout an exciting season in collegiate athletics. This signature event brought in $4.6 million in direct visitor spending from the 19,600 visitors that the tournament attracted. Those same visitors stayed in 9,600 hotel rooms.
PNC Arena is a community building, and when you have large-scale events, a lot of it spills out into the community. NCAAs, NHL Draft, NHL All-Star Games, all those signature events that you could get into your community and get the community engaged is why this building was built. It's for the community. So the more of those signature events we can get, I think it's better for everything. It's better for attendance, it's better for room nights, it's better for the hoteliers and the restaurants and everybody who is supporting the arena is going to gain from this. And so, you know, the more we can do, the better.
For event owners and planners, the folks who make decisions on where events are going to go, the single most important factor is the quality of the venue. They want to put their athletes, their fans, their spectators, their media in as good a venue as they can to impress them and to have the best possible competitive environment.
The second event in our series today is the Rock and Roll Marathon. Celebrating its 3rd year in Raleigh, the Rock and Roll Marathon and Half Marathon saw $3.1 million in direct visitor spending, with over 7,700 visitors to our area, occupying 4,300 hotel rooms. In 2016, runners from 49 states participated in the events, and the Rock and Roll Series reaffirmed their commitment to our community by adding a 5K on the Saturday of the event weekend. We are fortunate to have a National League presence and a collection of successful minor league teams in our market. One team, the Carolina Railhawks, hosted a sellout game against West Ham United, the first EPL team to play in the Triangle, and generated positive international press exposure for our community.
People have responded fabulously. Our attendance was way up. Sponsorship was way up. We sold out of all of our premium seats. Speaking of the English Premier League, had a great debut in the Triangle for first time we've had a team play here, and sold it out. And from an economic impact perspective, the highest average ticket price that we've ever had for a soccer game here. We had people from 34 states, 5 countries and 112 different cities in North Carolina come to that game. So you can certainly see that was a lot of hotel rooms and food and other benefits that came just from that one game.
The 18th Deep South Classic was hosted at the Raleigh Convention Center earlier this year, featuring 480 teams from over 40 states. The event generated $3.1 million in direct visitor spending, occupied 9,000 hotel room nights, and utilized 63 hotels in our market. From basketball, volleyball, and competitive roller derby, our community benefits greatly from athletic events in our community. We're fortunate to have tremendous partners throughout Wake County who work to make athletic events and specialized sporting events a reality.
When we're looking at bidding or we're looking at recruiting an event, we put the right partners in place. Whether it's Greater Raleigh Sports Alliance, whether it's the Railhawks, whether it's Castle, Campbell University, University of Mount Olive. We put all the great players in place, and I think that's what makes them successful. Where else in America can you go watch a professional soccer match? You can watch a professional tennis tournament, and you can go watch USA play Cuba as they get ready for the Olympics, all within 5 miles of your house. Cary is truly a special place to do that.
All throughout Tobacco Road, there's folks who contribute to our region's talent on a global level. But right in downtown Raleigh's backyard, we have one of the finest athletic coaches in the world. George Williams of St. Augustine's University recruits and prepares athletes to participate on the national and global scale, and as a result serves as a positive beacon for our market.
I've seen this area grow tremendously. I've been involved over 40 years, and I've seen the demographic of the whole thing grow. I've seen new infrastructures, new facilities. We even bring the pros in, pro soccer, pro hockey. It's just grown tremendously. We always had our basketball and our football for the universities, which we have North Carolina Central, St. Aug, Duke, Carolina, North Carolina State, even Cameron right down the streets, and we got Peace and Meredith, and all those in different divisions, but we've all grown tremendously. We've all hosted championships, national championships. We've brought different countries in here. We've had different tutoring and different lessons, training, and so this is I've seen it grow so much. You have Mike Krzyzewski and myself, who's been head United States Olympic coaches, and we've brought the world here.
Another event that has a global presence with a loyal group of participants is the Ironman 70.3. This is the third year for the Ironman 70.3 Raleigh event. Athletes from all 50 states and 15 countries fly into Raleigh-Durham International Airport to participate in the event. 6,100 visitors this past year, the event generated $1.9 million in direct visitor spending and occupied 3,400 hotel room nights.
The experience of finishing the run in Ironman Raleigh, you're out there for 13 miles, and when you turn around the Capitol, you know you're almost there. And when you hit Fayetteville Street and you see the crowds and know that you've got, I don't know how long that is, maybe a half a mile to go, the energy of the crowd just lifts you and pushes you right on through the finish. And it's a pretty emotional thing for a lot of people because they've invested a tremendous amount of time and energy to get to that point, and just to be able to celebrate it with the crowds that are there is just one of the most amazing feelings you can ever imagine.
Finally, one of the largest sporting events that occurs each year is likely relevant to some of you here in the audience, by way of children or the children of friends close to you. The Castle VisitRaleigh.com National Soccer Series occupies 30,000 hotel room nights, generates $10 million in direct visitor spending, hosts teams from over 40 states, and sees over 500 college coaches in our region to recruit athletes.
We host the Castle VisitRaleigh.com National Soccer Series across 4 weekends in November and December. We bring in more than 1,300 teams from across 34 different states and Canada, and this equates to roughly 35,000 visitors who are spending an estimated $10 million in visitor spending in our community. So we are happy that we can bring those people to our community, to eat in our restaurants, to stay in our hotels, and visit our attractions.
As we have learned today, the significant economic, visitor, resident, and social impact from these 5 events is as robust and diverse as the community in which we live. We hope that you have enjoyed learning about these events out of the many events in Raleigh and Wake County that continue to enhance our community and position us as a global leader in entertainment, sporting events, and athletic facilities, thanks in large part to you and the many partners in this room who make these events possible.